you let them cheat and take them back? Must be your only nigga. I get loud just like my weed. I don't watch my tone when
21 Savage is straight up spiraling right now. After his wife, Kiana, allegedly went head-to-head with Latto in a way fans are calling beyond messy, things have taken a dangerous turn. Word on the block isn't just that she checked Latto. People are whispering she tried to end her allegedly, and Savage is losing his mind over it. Insiders say his rage inside the house was so explosive, it almost ripped his family apart, and now the fallout is unfolding in real time. But here's where it gets even wilder. Just a few days ago, 21 Savage and Latto were spotted on vacation together. Yup, the exact kind of photos fans have been screaming about for years finally surfaced, basically confirming what everyone suspected. Savage has been creeping behind Kiana's back with Latto. Those beach shots lit up social media like fireworks, but with Kiana now allegedly stepping into this dangerous drama, Savage is being forced to pick sides in the ugliest way possible. And let me tell you, Kiana is not the one to test. It's always the quiet ones. But she clearly doesn't play when it comes to protecting her man and her marriage. The problem? 21 Savage doesn't seem to be playing by the same rules because once again, he just got caught red-handed with Latto. The streets have been buzzing about their secret link-up for years, but this time, the proof is crystal clear. And with Kiana turning up the heat, things are about to get nastier than anyone expected. So check this. Not only have Latto and 21 Savage been all booed up, but they got reckless bold with it.
For a long time. I don't do all the antics and shit. I don't got a celebrity girlfriend. I'm not finna be out everywhere. I'm not dropping music every other week. I'm not going on live talking about every other week.
They straight up went on vacation together, moving like honeymooners in paradise, and fans caught them slipping in broad daylight. A fan snapped pics of the two looking cozy, and once those shots hit the internet, there was no more denying it. They're together, period. But here's the twist. Kiana did not take this lightly. According to multiple insiders, she and her crew allegedly rolled up on Latto just days after the pictures exploded online. Word is, Latto walked away with bruises and some injuries, though it's unclear how bad they really were. Either way, people are saying she's lucky it didn't end worse because Kiana was allegedly plotting something way more dangerous. After years of Latto playing in her face, Kiana supposedly decided enough was enough and took matters into her own hands. But here's the kicker. 21 Savage didn't fold like people thought he would. Instead of begging Kiana for forgiveness, he allegedly snapped on her. Sources claim they had a massive blowout fight, one that nearly turned physical, with 21 raging over Kiana stepping to Latto. Insiders say he even threatened to divorce her unless she fell back and knew her place. Crazy, right? The wildest part is, 21 is the one creeping around, but somehow he's flipping it on his wife like she's the problem. Let's be real. None of this should come as a shock. The streets have been buzzing for years that 21 Savage only married Kiana to lock down his papers and stay in the US. Don't forget, he was once arrested by ICE and even detained over visa problems, so when he suddenly popped up married to Kiana and starting a family, people couldn't help but raise eyebrows. Rumors flew that the kids were just a cover to make the marriage look real because fake marriages for visas? That's a serious crime. And without one, Savage could have been deported. But here's where it gets even messier. Before his green card was even approved, whispers about him and Latto started swirling. Fans with sharp eyes noticed years back that both of them posted vacation pics that seemed way too similar. Same Puerto Rico backdrop, same lighting, even the little details in the background matched up. They tried to play it low-key, but people online pieced it together instantly. From there, speculation exploded that 21 and Latto were way more than just friends, and that chatter has never really gone quiet. And it didn't stop there. Savage exposed himself with one of the sloppiest moves ever, a messy post and delete on Instagram stories. He dropped a snap of Latto, no makeup, and wrote, "Dang, you fine. It's only one way I can come about you." Twin fans didn't need to see anything else after that. The writing was on the wall. At that point, it was clear as day that this wasn't innocent friendship. It was a full-blown situation. It wasn't just fans piecing this puzzle together. People inside the industry had already clocked it.
Viral, and then I started getting calls from your team saying that you allegedly wanted to pay me to take it off of Hollywood Unlocked. And I wasn't going to remove it, but I asked my team to check to see if anybody else had posted. And although I think we posted it first, everybody started posting it. And then it became a thing where I think then she got, from what I understand, was unhappy with us not taking it down because no calls had been returned. I reached out to her team. We had a conversation about it or whatever.
Rapper Dream Doll practically exposed everything when she dropped her track Tryouts with a line that made everyone stop, rewind, and press play again. And Mulatto, yeah, that's my little honey bun. Ask her how many times she came. She said 21, 21. That bar alone had the streets buzzing. Now fast forward, considering how 21 just went off on Kiana for allegedly stepping to Latto, you'd think he would have kept that same energy back then, right? Wrong. At that time, he didn't even have his green card yet, and he still needed Kiana by his side. It's not like he could just ditch her and run to Latto. Doing that would have blown the cover on the alleged immigration hustle and put him right back in danger of deportation. So instead of claiming Latto openly, Savage went into full defense mode. He denied the affair at every turn, acting insulted that people would even bring it up. This wasn't some casual shrug off either. He went all in every time the subject came up, like that one time on Clubhouse when he flat out shut down the rumors, calling them ridiculous and not even worth entertaining. And he didn't stop there. He carried that same tough stance in interviews and on social media, doubling down again and again whenever people tried to stir the pot. The longer the whispers floated around, the harder he pushed back, determined to bury the story before it had a chance to grow legs. In another interview, 21 tried to play it slick about his personal life, saying, "I can't really tell you all that. You can't let him know everything. I'm happily in love. I'm married. I'm happy." That one line was enough to set Latto off. She instantly unfollowed him on Instagram, and for a minute, people thought she was done with him for good. But here's the kicker. Latto clearly wasn't ready to walk away. Instead, she doubled down like the boldest side piece alive. Even after 21 denied her in public, she went and got his whole government name, Shea, tattooed right behind her ear. That's not some random name you can pass off as coincidence, and once fans caught it, there was no denying who it was for. The gag is, Latto didn't like how much heat that tattoo brought her way. Sources claim she and her team were so pressed about the backlash that she even reached out to Jason Lee from Hollywood Unlocked, reportedly offering him money to scrub the pic off his platform. That's extreme, right? She clearly never expected her bold move to explode the way it did, and the desperation was obvious. But instead of cooling things down, her attempt to erase the evidence only made the drama bigger. Fans called her out instantly, saying she was doing way too much to cover it up, and that tattoo became the biggest receipt of all. And this was the breaking point. Kiana finally snapped and started staking her claim, making it crystal clear that 21 was her man. From that moment, her messy war with Latto officially kicked off. And now you can see exactly why Kiana allegedly went after Latto, because Latto got way too bold and straight up disrespectful. But before this whole mess exploded, let's rewind to how the world even found out that Kiana was married to 21 Savage, because that discovery was wild. It all started when Kiana casually dropped a dinner photo with a mystery man. At first glance, nothing seemed suspicious, but the internet never misses. Fans zoomed all the way in on a tiny little detail, a phone case on the table. At first, it felt random, but soon people connected the dots. It was the same phone case 21 Savage had been spotted with before. That's when fans did the math and realized this anonymous man was none other than Savage himself. And Kiana was actually his secret wife. From there, people started to believe Kiana might have let that slip on purpose, showing the world she wasn't just some fling or forgotten ex. She was the wife, the one with the ring, the real deal. Honestly, that makes way more sense than thinking fans figured it all out off a phone case alone. One of the biggest clues came when Kiana openly wished 21's mom a happy birthday. It was a simple, sweet post, but it spoke volumes. She wrote, "Happy birthday to the best mother-in-law a girl could ask for. I love you." That was her way of planting the flag. "I'm the wife." You'd think Latto would have taken the hint and backed off, right? Nope. Instead, she turned up the heat and got petty with it. She even dissed Kiana in a track, mocking her for staying with 21, even though the cheating was public knowledge. That was the moment things got flat out disrespectful. That moment turned out to be the tipping point, and true to her quiet style, Kiana didn't blast her feelings with a big announcement. Instead, she dropped one subtle clue that had everyone talking. Her Instagram bio, which once read Kiana Joseph, mother of two, suddenly switched to just mother of two. That tiny change spoke volumes. Reports claim she was ready to walk away after Latto's disrespectful diss, but leaving would have put 21 in serious trouble. At that point, he still didn't have his green card, and if Kiana had filed for divorce, it could have thrown him right back into ICE's crosshairs. So instead of leaving, she stayed and called off the split. Now you'd think that would have scared him straight, right? Wrong. Instead of shaping up, 21 allegedly cheated on both Kiana and Latto with an exotic dancer, a so-called private dancer. And here's where it gets even uglier. Latto was so furious about being played that she allegedly had the dancer jumped, and the situation reportedly got so violent that the woman suffered a miscarriage. That's beyond wild, especially considering Latto was only the side piece herself. How you heartbroken over a man who wasn't even yours to begin with? And if that wasn't messy enough, Latto allegedly bragged about the whole thing during an argument with a random TikToker over something completely unrelated. She clapped back, writing, "Who you describing? 'Cause it's not me. Get off them T-pages, you losing your marbles. Last beat spoke of my man on TikTok got whooped outside the club in the A. You read that too?" To which the woman fired back, "I'm losing my marbles?" The audacity was off the charts, and the internet hasn't stopped replaying that moment since. Threatening someone on TikTok over a lash, that's a choice, but it also gave Latto away. In a roundabout way, she basically admitted to having that dancer jumped, all because of 21 Savage. Once again, she went completely over the top for a man who still wouldn't even claim her publicly or acknowledge their supposed relationship. And that's where Kiana stepped in, allegedly paying Latto back and making sure she stayed far away from her husband. If anything, it feels like karma, but somehow Latto still turned around and cried to 21 about it. The audacity is unreal. Like, girl, are you a side piece or are you a side piece? But here's the plot twist. The only reason 21 is now bold enough to rage at Kiana is because he finally got his green card. He doesn't need her anymore to stay in the States, which raises the biggest question yet. Is he gearing up to finally divorce Kiana and go public with Latto? Or is Latto doomed to remain on the sidelines forever? Either way, the situation is straight up explosive. 21 Savage is caught between a wife who allegedly went deadly on his side chick and a mistress who refuses to back down. The internet is lit, fans are picking sides, and new receipts are dropping nonstop. One thing's for sure, this isn't just some petty celebrity fight. This is a full-blown scandal that could shake Savage's world to its core. And whatever happens next, the fallout is guaranteed to be wild. So tell me what you think. Will 21 finally choose, or will the chaos keep spiraling? Drop your thoughts in the comments, hit that like button, share this video, and make sure to subscribe so you don't miss the next twist in this crazy saga. See you on the next one.